love it like that.
Uh,
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our live session. My name is Mercy, a proud member of the Skillford community. So, for our viewers, if you can hear me, please kindly leave a comment in the chat so that would have a smooth live. Yeah, thank you. So, with me on the live today is Maureen and Samuel, who are Skillford alumni, and they're currently crushing it in the tech space. Maureen and Samuel, you're welcome to the live.
yeah,
Thank you
thank
very
you.
much.
Good morning. Thank you
Good
for having
morning.
us.
Thank you for joining us. But before we dive in, before we learn from and get inspired from Maureen and Samuel, I'd like to talk briefly about Skillfort. Skillfort is a tech school, yeah, that is determined to, train newbies to become, tech savvy like Maureen and Samuel, and we offer a lot of products from the tech school. We also tutor organizations, organizations reach out to us to help us train their staffs and things like that. So over the life, we're going to talk more about skill fort, but let's dive in. So Maureen and Samuel. Okay, let's start with you, Maureen.
Okay, thank you very much, Mercy.
All right.
My name is Maureen Uguche. So, well, I'm a proud alumni also of Skillfort. I mean, Skillfort was very instrumental to my journey. I'm currently the CTO of Page Microfinance Bank, and I think that's a brief intro about me.
Awesome, awesome. Beige Microfinance Bank. Is that in Nigerian
Yes,
MFB?
yes, it's a Nigerian MFB based in
Oh,
Lagos. Yeah.
oh, awesome, awesome. So has it always been, your journey being the CTO of Beige Microfinance Bank? Has it always been a smooth one, or what's the journey like?
So it's not always been a smooth journey. In fact, I think my entire tech career has not really been smooth per se. I mean, you don't expect it to be smooth. There's nothing that is all that smooth per se. Yeah. So I came from a civil service background. Like I was a civil servant before I ventured into tech, and
Wow.
I just knew that I wasn't in a place that was really meant for me because I mean, there's this fulfillment that you have when you're doing something that you really like. And when I realized that where I was wasn't really for me, I decided to venture into tech, and then I started on my tech journey, learning and trying to, you know, get into the industry. So before I even actually started tech, for the beginners here, I want you to know that if you are confused right now, it's absolutely normal because before I ventured into tech, I had a lot of confusion. Okay, where should I go to? What should I do? Should I be a data scientist? Should I be a software engineer? Should I be a UI UX designer? It was a whole lot of different worlds that I wasn't sure where I was supposed to be at. But I mean, after a ton of research and exploration, I actually ventured into different of these fields just to try my hands on them and be sure where I really fitted into. Then I found myself in software engineering, and somewhere along the line, I found Gabriel of Skillfort, and I think I was one of the first or second, in the first or second cohort of Skillfort, and Skillfort was really instrumental to my journey. I think it was immediately after I finished with Skillfort, I landed my first internship role, and the journey has been, upward ever from there. And I mean, I'm still quite new into the CTO role. I was appointed CTO October this year, so I'm still settling in. I'm still learning the ropes because it's not.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. So that has been my journey, basically, a summary of my journey so far.
Oh, wow, that's inspiring. Learning from you, we've come to see that it's not all, a smooth ride. There are times that you don't even know exactly which of the tech position you want to fill in, but you just have to test the waters until you find one that you're comfortable with. Thank you so much, Maureen. Hi, Samuel. So can we hear from you as well? What's your story?
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
You're doing. Firstly, it's nice to be here. All right, my name is Samuel Akinwale. Right, like Maureen said, we're very proud alumni Skillfort. All right, so I getting to know about Skillfort was like divine, don't put it that way, because um I was in a I was lost at some point, after trying to venture or go fully into software engineering, right? I I did a lot of self learning on my own. Then it was still not clicking. It was still not clicking as I wanted, right? Until I got to speak with Emmanuel Gabriel years back, and yeah, well, I was part of the first set, right? Maureen was part of the second set. I can brag about that, you know.
Okay.
Uh, Yeah, so the first cohort, right? And we had a lot of learning, and it was what helped me become who I am now, right? So I skipped this. I currently work at Bank, one of the leading banks one of the leading banks in Nigeria. And it wouldn't have been possible if I did not pass through or go through Skillfort. Yeah, so my journey is quite different from Maureen's because um I studied computer science, so I'm not from the civil engineer. I'm not from the civil servant you know
Okay.
story, right? But then so I studied computer science, and then um well, that can be a factor, but then I can say that Skillport played a very major role in my software engineering career from the beginning even to this very present moment. So that's just it for me.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Samuel. So, all through the journey, okay, should I go ahead? All right. So, all
Yeah,
through, your journey while at Skillford, you mentioned that you met Emmanuel Gabriel, that's the founder of Skillford, right? So what hands-on experience or what exactly shaped your journey? Did you receive any instructor support, or was it like it was there was structured curriculum? How did he actually shape your journey?
okay. Basically, joining Skillport, right? The first thing that we I was introduced to was the structured learning path. Remember, I mentioned that I had a kind of self learning on my own starting out. So it was not coherent. I was just learning a lot of things, and at the same time there was no focus, right? But then joining Skillfort, I was able to learn this and then this and then this. So it was progressive. The learning was progressive. And one thing that stood out for me in Skillport was the peer learning. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. In fact, Mourinho was one of my peer learner. I remember we beat um, I guess a bank app, a console application like that, and we did the demo. Right. So it's something that was amazing. So learning at Skillport was something that I really enjoyed doing. It made learning easier. It made learning sweet to do. Right. The instructors were top notch. Right. So we had classes where we were taught basics from basics even to intermediate sessions. Right. And then we also had hands-on
Yeah.
experiences. Right. So I remember we have a time we're giving assignments to go do, come back, discuss about it, learn. So it was a kind of fun moment learning at Skillford.
Beautiful. So, from what you've mentioned, I could see that you had a lot of structured learning, and then it was progressive. Unlike when you go source for the people that will tell you that okay, if you want to learn tech, just go to YouTube. You'd get a lot of information there, and you wouldn't even know which one is useful. You get to just acquire a lot. But with what you've
Yes.
mentioned, Skillful gives you structured learning, and then you see that you're progressing towards your career. How about you, Maureen? I'd like to hear from you as well regarding that.
Yeah, so for me, I think the experience was quite similar. So for me, in my own case, I had some sort of self-learning also, but there
Okay.
was confidence that I lacked to venture fully into backend. So my interest was actually backend engineering, but I don't know, somehow I was just afraid of really going into backend, or should I say I wasn't sure of where to go. So I was doing some basic front end and doing some, MVC applications until Skillfort. So Skillfort was the first experience I had with pure backend, doing some sort of APIs specifically. So it was tough, but it gave me that push that I needed to finally break into the backend development that I actually wanted to do. And I think one of the reasons why it was easy for me to to progress, just like Samuel said, was that the learning was actually structured. So we started from the basics of APIs, and progressively we got to a point where we could build an entire application. And then the peer learning was also very helpful, just like you said. So we're grouped into pairs and we're able to, learn together, learn from each other. Where we also have instructor-led sessions where Emmanuel Gabriel will take us on sessions and explain stuff to us, especially stuff that we could not understand. So that was really it for me. And then I think at the end of the program, I landed my first role as a full stack engineer back then. So that was really,
Okay.
as in, that was really it for me. Yeah,
Oh, beautiful. So Skillport actually has impacted positively in in our story.
yeah,
That's
sure.
great. So, what would you say that what's you're currently in the tech space, you're crushing it, you're leading an entire team. What would you say the future of tech will be? We're venturing into a new year, and a lot of people might feel, okay, I want to start something for myself. I want to do something different. Should I go into tech? But that's that water feels saturated. Those kind of thoughts, right? What do you think the future of tech and AI is, and what do you have to tell the newbies out there?
So one thing I always tell people is um, a lot of times I meet a lot of people who say, "Oh, I want to be a mentee. I want to learn tech. I want to do these things." But I've come to realize that a lot of people love the idea of tech, but they do not love tech actually. So, what do I mean by the idea of tech? I mean, they
Mm-hmm.
see people making it in quotes in tech, or see people talking about tech, and they feel like, oh, I want to be there, but they're not really ready to give it what it takes. Now, as much as AI has come into the space, I don't think software engineering is going anywhere anytime soon, because I mean, software engineers are the ones also feeding the AI in the first place. So, regardless of how it seems right now, I don't see tech or software engineering going anywhere in at least the next 5, 10 years. Reason being that we are the ones still maintaining this so called AI, right? Without the software engineers, there's still no AI at the end of the day. So, but what I would say to newbies is you need to really want it. You need to really want to learn, because tech is not as easy as it seems, right? A lot of people, just like I said, they love the idea of tech because they've seen people that, in quotes, have made it or are doing so well in tech, and they feel like it's just a journey that is so smooth. Nobody tells you about the sleepless nights. Nobody tells you about the painful discipline that they have to do, the consistency in learning, and how tough it is in general to learn. Nobody tells you, because nobody is able to tell you that part. All you see is the glory in quotes. So for you to even make it in this space, you need to really know what you are getting into and ensure that you love what you are doing. I think when I mentioned earlier, I said when I wanted to get into tech, I was a bit confused because I wasn't sure what niche was good for me. I had to do a lot of exploration. The reason why I had to do that was so that I will be sure that I love what I'm getting into. That's the main reason. So I encourage people. Most times when people meet me and they say they're not sure what to learn, I usually tell them, explore. I learned data science for almost a month. In fact, my instructor was like, you're going to make a good data scientist. You are catching up so well. But deep down within me, I knew I didn't like it. I wasn't enjoying what I was doing. So I decided to explore other areas. I explored UI UX design. I explored different fields before I finally settled for software engineering. So the first thing I usually tell people is try to explore. Don't just say, oh, because you see somebody is a back-end engineer, he's making it. Because when it gets tough, it's that love that you have for what you're doing that keeps you going. So it's important that you actually love what you're doing. So I encourage the newbies, explore, touch here and there, and be sure of what exactly you really want, and then pick up a structured learning course like in Skillfort. If you've decided what you want, if it's backend engineering, you can then pick up a structured course like the backend engineering program in Skillfort, and it helps you, guides you from the beginning of backend engineering to the very end. And I promise you that at the end of that, you'll be ready to take on at least an internship role. So um, that's what I'll say about that.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. So From what Marina said, structured learning, you when you make up your mind that okay, this is what I want to do, you actually need to mean it. Like you mentioned, it's not everyone that loves tech. They like the idea of tech. When you say you're a tech sis, you're a tech bro, yeah, you feel good. But not everybody wants to put in that effort to actually get the result. There are a lot of times that a lot of people would start. You see like a whole lot of people starting a particular course, and just few of them gets to finish it because probably there's no zeal, or they feel that, oh, this is tough along the line. But all it takes is dedication and keep pushing, like you've mentioned. Thank you so much, Maureen. Samuel.
I am here.
Oh, okay. Would you like to shed more light as well on this? What would you like to tell the newbies, and what do you think the future outlook on tech is?
Oh well, Maureen has said a lot. In fact, should I say she has said all? But then, let me just say that there's space for everyone. We make it feel as though everyone is doing tech nowadays, but then there's still space for everyone. Just come in, get in, do what you can, learn well, understand the basics, um, and then the sky is enough for everyone. And let me just add, right? So there's this buzz about AI coming into the picture, take our jobs, blah blah blah, right? So um, AI is here to help us, to assist us, right? It's not here to steal our jobs. I don't see it happening in years to come. Yeah, we are able to work faster, do things easier, more easily, right? But then it does not change the fact that you are still the one telling it what to do. When you have worked with AI and you see it hallucinating, that's when you know that yes, um, there's still a long way to go. All right, so
Sure.
AI is yet to help us. Yeah, are you with me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, so like I said, so AI is here to help us, right? So test the waters, go learn, build. You have skill for here to help you become that world class engineer that I've always wished to become. So um, there you have it. You have all it takes already to become that software engineer or that techie that you have always wished to become. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Samuel, and thank you, Maureen. So, to our viewers, we've come to see that it's not an easy ride. It's not something we just wake up and say, oh, I want to become a tech bro, I want to become a tech sis, I want to be a software developer, or I want to be a product designer, and you just get it. It takes effort, it takes constant work, just like Maureen and Samuel has told us over here. And the good thing is Skillfort is here for you. Skillfort is here to give you that structured learning part. You have hands-on instructor. I could recall when I was trying to learn cybersecurity, and for some reason I couldn't finish up with my course. So when I was ready to pick it up again, I went back to my then school, the tech school. Then I told them, oh, okay, I'd like to pick it up, I just need support in this journey. And I got the feedback that they could only give me support for the duration of the training, and I didn't feel good about it. But the good thing about Skillfort is you always have access to, instructors, you have access to resources. The goal of the institution is just to see you thrive. So on the screen, you can see our website, Skillfort. You can please feel free to, to go to the website www.skillfort.org, and then you see lots of review from our alumni. You see more on things that we do, right? You can also go onto the platform and use the code alumni underscore live underscore 2026 to get a discount. Yes, that's a good thing. Right now, discounts are flying because it's the season of giving back. So Skillforce is ready to give you discounts, and if you use this code, I'm going to state the code again. Okay, it's on the screen. Alumni _live _2026. You get to get a discount. So feel free to reach out. Skillfort is willing to assist on the tech journey. So, Maureen and Samuel, is there any parting words you'd like to give to the audience?
Um, there's not much, but I would like to say that I'll be willing to sponsor one person for the .NET track. I'm not sure how the Skillful team is
Oh,
going to do
wow.
that. I'll leave the picking of the person to the team to do. But I mean, for the
Odogu.
.NET, I know. So I'm going to give, I'm going to give,
Beautiful.
trying to give someone else the opportunity to thrive in the tech industry because I mean, this journey really, Skillful really helped me, and I feel like there's somebody that needs that and may not be able to afford that. So
Thank you, Maureen. Thank you. Yes, so you can see our viewers. It's all about, pushing ourselves, and Maureen is here to give one person who is deserving that push. We also have like a cohort currently going on. Scofield did like a 3 day tech challenge, yeah, for the incoming cohort 5. The winner will be announced as well, coupled with this this nudge that Maureen is giving. Thank you so much, Maureen. Samuel would also like to hear from you. Any parting words?
Well, nothing from me. I'll just say Skillport is here to help you scale forth in your tech journey, right? So it's nice having everyone here. It's nice having you here, Messi, and Maureen. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Samuel. We really had a great time. So the information reaching me now is that okay, information getting to me now is that Skillforce is willing to give a 50% discount for 10 days. So from now to the next 10 days, if you reach out, you get a 50% discount on payment. So thank you so very much, Maureen. Thank you, Samuel. It was really thrilling to have you on the live today. I really did enjoy the chat.
yeah, thank you so much, Mercy. Thank you everyone for
Yeah,
Thank
joining
you.
thank
in.
you so much. Thank you, Maureen. It's
All
nice seeing
right.
you again. Thank you, Messi.
Thank you. So, to our viewers, thank you so much for joining in. Please, if you've not subscribed to our channel, please go do well to subscribe, like, follow, and share. And, follow us on our different socials. We would always be dropping tech tips that you find useful. Until the next time, we'll see you. Bye.